All right, what's going on, my good students? As you should already hopefully know by now, the name is Dr. Jace, and we are going to talk today a little bit about libguides. This lecture will be required because I do kind of want you all to have some sort of idea as to basically as to this libguide process, how it works, what you'll be doing for your next assignment, why it's important. I'm going to do the very basics, however, of putting together or I'm not even going to put together a libguide, but I'm going to do like the very basics of what you should do if you're putting together a libguide. I'm not going to put together a libguide step by step because I expect you all to do a little bit of work, and if I do it all, then I am basically just inviting you to copy and paste or copy what I'm doing. And what I want you all to do is hopefully do something that's a little better than what I'm doing. I think that all of you have the ability to go above and beyond what I'm doing. So I am going to encourage you to do that. You will be getting your LibGuide information, your login information very soon. I'm going to be putting those in the system very soon. So you'll be getting those very soon. I am recording this during spring break and I'm uploading this during spring break. However, you do not have to watch this during spring break. You can watch it when we get back, which will be the week of April 1st, which is April Fool's Day. And oh, do we love that day. So, go away. Okay. I hope all of that recorded because it looked like it got stuck for a second there. I'm going to assume it did, and if it didn't, oh well, we'll figure something out, I guess. All right, so we are here. Let's make this small. Make me small. Let's see what we've got in the class right now. It doesn't look like we have any recent questions, so that's good. You all have probably already seen this because I did not hide it like I should have. But this is your, if any of you want to share your libguides after you have finished working on them, then this is where you can do it. You can go to discussions and you can go to libguides, and the prompt says I probably should have hidden this, which I should have, but I didn't. So you probably already read it. Womp womp. So you've probably already read it. Once your libguides are completed, if you want to share them with classmates, post them here. Please feel free to post them in this discussion forum. Include your topic, library type, audience, and link, okay? This is optional, so I'll go ahead and say so. That is optional. However, you all may want to share with each other, critique each other, compliment each other, and borrow ideas from each other. Be a collective hive mind, okay? All right, so I've fixed that. Let me also just go to assignments here real quick. I want to reiterate, first of all, that yes, your semester long project is going to be due very soon. I mean, not very soon. It's going to be due on May the 18th, but don't let that catch up with you. The LibGuide assignment is going to be due on April the 21st. The Wikipedia edit assignment, March the 31st. I don't like that now. Because that is like right after spring break. Let's see. The Wikipedia edit assignment is now due on April the 7th. I apologize for anyone. I had a lot of students actually complained last semester about me extending due dates, so I guess we're going to start getting those complaints this semester as well. But no, I don't necessarily want you all to have to turn that Wikipedia edit assignment in right after spring break. So we are going to go ahead and extend that. The new due date for the Wikipedia edit assignment is Sunday, April the 7th at 11:59 p.m. So if you were rushing to do that, or if you were planning to do it during spring break, you see this message now. If you don't want to do this during spring break, you don't have to. Again, for those of you who get offended when I extend due dates, I'm sorry, but I am going to extend that due date and give you all some extra time for the Wikipedia edit assignment. I should not have scheduled that to be due right at the end of spring break. That was not good planning on my part, so my apologies for that. But I'm trying to be fair to you all, and so that's just how that's going to go. All right, let's get into some lib guiding. Well, first of all, let's look at this assignment prompt. So, I'm not going to read this verbatim because you all are capable of doing that, but just some quick notes here. First of all, let me, I should probably clarify. You'll see this in the directions or in this prompt as well, but I probably need to clarify that a LibGuide and an annotated bibliography are two different things. So please do not approach this as an annotated bibliography. Let's first look at yeah, don't approach this as an annotated bibliography. When you have an annotated bibliography, generally what you're going to have is you are going to have a bibliography of sources, and you are going to, with each source, have an annotation. And that annotation will both summarize the source, and then it will also give you some information, feedback, whatever the hell have you, about just how effective and how useful, or in what context is that source useful. So when you have an annotated bibliography, let me see if this, you would have, just as a sample, APA annotation. So you would have APA, an APA citation, like you would see in a works cited page, properly formatted, as you can see. And something that I harp about a lot with you all is when it comes to book titles and article titles, you would capitalize the first word of the title, the first word of the subtitle, and proper nouns such as America. As you can see, these other words are in lowercase letters. So I know some of you are like, why the hell does he care about that? Honestly, I don't. It's just that that's what APA does, and I don't know why. I'm sure they've got a good reason. I'm sure it's in the book. I'm sure I can look in it, whatever. But anyway, so you would see after that citation in an annotated bibliography, you would see a summary paragraph usually, and then you would see a second paragraph that gives you some assessment of the source. So that's what your annotated bibliography is, my folks. But if you want a LibGuide, I'm going to go to one that I've worked on in the past. So this is Coastal Carolina University, where I used to work and research, and then you can have research guides, and that's where they store their LibGuides. So one that I worked on in the past was this one, this CBAT 478. And what it does is you would get these, you would get an overview page, which is what we have here, and then you would get these various tabs. And the tabs would direct you to useful resources. So for instance, if you want company information, then you can find, this is where you would look for company financial information, business strategy, you're looking here. If you're looking for private company information, you're not going to find that in Mergent Online. They're dealing with public companies, so you would have to go to PriveCo or something like that. So, and then you can have another tab for industry information and separate that out. If you're looking for annual reports, you could go to the SEC. Then they've got Wall Street Journal kind of listed on its own. But this is a LibGuide, so a LibGuide would acquaint you to certain sources, certain good sources, and explain when you would use the various sources. So, for instance, let me go back. Probably got out of there too quickly, but like this LibGuide for this strategic management class, my students would know that if they're looking for company information, they would go under this company information tab. They're looking for industry information, and they would go under this industry information tab. Okay, so that's the difference between your annotated bib and your LibGuide. Okay, and so again, you'll be getting LibGuide logins, but let me see if I can. LibApps. I think this is where I want to log in. Work for me, baby. Oh, there you go. Okay. So when you get to the LibApps homepage, once I send you all your logins, this is the homepage that is going to pop up. Okay. And and LibApps has a bunch of stuff: Lib Calendar, Lib Answers, Lib Wizard. We're going for some LibGuides here. And we would be brought here. And what I can do is, again, I'm going to do something very basic, but what I want you all to do, I want there to be some self-discovery here. So I want you all to, just because I am creating something that looks very basic just to show you what you're doing, that does not mean that I want you to create something as basic as what I'm doing. I want you to exceed my expectations. And in fact, when you look at this rubric here, you're going to see the highest point totals are for exceeding my expectations. So don't do exactly the basic stuff that I'm doing here and then think you're going to get the perfect grade. If you want a perfect grade, you've got to go above and beyond the instructor in this case. And I know that's probably not fair, but that's how I roll. You can find tutorials on how to create LibGuides throughout the internet. You can find them in PDF form in some libraries. You can find video tutorials on YouTube. So there are ways to go above and beyond what I'm doing here. So don't limit yourself, and, you know, well, let me just say don't limit yourself. Okay, let me get back up in here. And let's say that I wanted to, well, first of all, let's look at a guide that's already been created, just so you guys can see what some of the other students have been doing in the past. I personally like this one. This was not one of my students, but she did a good job nonetheless, and I consider myself a feminist, so, you know, let's rock with it. Feminism Rocks by Catherine Wibbenmeyer, I believe. Let's take a look at it. Okay. And so this LibGuide is published, so for one thing, we should be able to, let's see if we can copy and paste this URL. Something went a little weird there, which happens. It's technology. Let's get a do-over. All right, so can I... There we go. Okay, so this is what we want to see here. So Catherine here, she did a LibGuide, and it's about feminism, and there are various resources on feminism. So she's got encyclopedias and dictionaries that will discuss feminism a little bit. She's got some music videos, additional resources, miscellaneous things generally. Nonfiction over here. She's got a video tutorial and the databases that she wants to guide people to, as well as directories, geographic, biographic, and government information there. Now, one thing that she doesn't have are tabs, and I will say that I want you all to have tabs unless you just got a subject that doesn't lend itself well to tabs. So she doesn't have tabs, but let me see if I can find one that does have tabs. I don't think that's it either. Let me pause this. Okay, now I found one with tabs, and one reason why I like tabs is that the tabs make it so that you're not putting too much on the landing page or on the home page of your LibGuide. And that way people don't have to scroll down a bunch in order to see your whole page. So with this one that Ms. Rothman has done here, you see tabs here. So you see home, and then you see these various tabs. Now, tabs are not required. However, tabs, again, they make it so you don't have to scroll down too much. As you can see on her landing page, we don't really scroll down too much at all. That's as far as it's going to go. But for a lot of people who don't use tabs, then a lot of times you see they do a lot of scrolling on their landing page, okay? So even though you're not required to have tabs, I may look very favorably upon tabs, just so you know. Having tabs may make it more likely that you get a perfect grade, okay? And you can see her tabs. There's not, I don't even have to scroll down on these because of her tabs, but it's okay if there needs to be some scrolling, okay? So don't, you know, don't act like I'm saying don't make it so I don't have to scroll. It's cool if I have to scroll down. I'm just saying if you have a very long landing page, a very long, thick landing page, that's when you may want to consider some tabs so that people don't have to do all the scrolling. They can just click between windows, okay? Now, let's get back. Okay. So let's just play around a little bit. Let's say that I want to create a guide. I'm going to start fresh. And let's say that I am making the Carolina Panthers guide. Sources. But again, I'm just doing something very basic right now. I want you all to go above and beyond what I'm doing. In this case, we'll make it a topic guide. You are going to want to assign to a group, and I haven't created the group yet, so I will be creating. By the time you all do this assignment, there's going to be a 7314 Spring 2019 Austin group. And that's where you're going to want to put your assignment, okay? Password. Yeah. I don't know. All right. Let's create this guide. And then you can start creating stuff. Now, I would say that once you are done, what you're going to need to do is publish it. So you can go to you can publish it here. I'm not going to do that, but if you wanted to do that, well, once you're done, you can publish it here and make it published. All this other stuff, you can play with it if you want to. You're not required to. All right, so I've got home. Now, let's say I wanted to add a tab. See what happens. Okay, so now I've got a home tab here, and I've got a current players tab here. And here at home, what I can do is I'm looking to add information. So let's do a box on I'm just going to do standard. Going to keep it simple for this video. Let's see. Okay, so I can do books, and then I can do a second. And then under current players, can do biography. And again, look at the prompt, you guys, because I am not doing this according to the prompt, just so you know. Okay. And then what I can do, let's say I want to add some books. All right, let's try to add a book here. Okay, let's see. I'm so used to looking at UMKC's catalog that this kind of puts me in a little bit of a, let's see here. No. Okay, books and media. Let's see. Panthers with this work. Okay. Well, we did lose to Tom Brady and the Patriots in a Super Bowl, so if they are talking about that big old L that we took with that number 2 there, then so be it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use UMKC as catalog because I know I found a Carolina Panthers book in here before. Sorry, y'all. It's a process. Just want y'all to know I'm not perfect at it. I'm not expecting you all to be, but I'm expecting you all to try. Alright, so here's a Carolina Panthers book, and it's not that old. So let's see. Let's add a book. Book from the catalog. Let's see. We put that ISBN in. What you gonna do? Hooray! So they were not able to retrieve book data from that book, but a lot of times you will be able to get it. This time, no. So we're gonna have to fill in the rest of this. Carolina. Carolina Panthers as the title. We can just populate the rest of these too. Okay. A lot of times when you put that ISBN in, you are going to get the rest of this information auto-filled, but not every time, and I'm glad that that was the case this time so that y'all can see what I have to do instead. Publication date, 2017, call number. I think they're just going to put online as the call number. And URL will be this permalink down here, so we're going to copy that link address. Boom. Description. Save. And now, as you can see, I've got this book information in here. Now, we'll add a link, I guess, for magazines. Go back to Mizzou this time. And let's just do the academic search complete thing really quick here. Oh! Come on, baby. Alright, there we go. Academic search premiere. Lottie-dottie. Okay, Carolina Panthers. And let's go ahead and get us a magazine link. Got 3,000 results. Let's hit some of that full text. Because why not? Full text. Get rid of some of those. And then let's go with some magazines here. Boom. And good old Jerry Richardson, our former owner. Yeah. Okay. He of the sexual harassing nature. Okay. And let's get this other information in autofill. Full disclosure. What a horrible title. And of course the title is going to be in all caps because why not? It's not all cap a title there. Full disclosure. You don't necessarily have to copy and paste the abstract because it's long, so there's a lot of times not really a reason to do it. I'm just doing it here because I'm going through this quickly. Save. Full disclosure, and now hopefully when I click that, boom, I am directed right to the record. So again, click it, a new tab opens, and there you go. You can access that article. And then let's say I wanted to do this current players thing. I think I saw Luke Kuechly pop up. Well, okay. There we go. Let's do this again. Yeah, Luke Kuechly. Alright, so I can do that. And biography. I've got a biography for Luke Kuechly. Let's do another book from the catalog here. Let's see if the ISBN trick works this time. Keep your fingers crossed, my peoples. Let's see. Yeah! So that's how that kind of looks if it's auto-populating. Isn't that sexy, y'all? Okay. And then what we need to do, we do still need to fill in a little bit of this. Go ahead and put that call number in if you got it. Whoosh. Boom. And let's go ahead and we'll use this permalink down here. That's cool. So use this URL plug right in there, big, and click save. And there you go. My phone is ringing. I'll be right back. All right, I apologize for that. You know how it is when you hear the back call. Got to go ahead and answer that phone. But yeah, once you get this far, well, not once you get this far, you guys are going to have to do a lot more work than this. But once you put together something, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and you can go ahead and come over and publish it. Get that URL if you want to add that URL to the discussion post like I did earlier. That is totally cool. Let your classmates see what you did, see what your classmates have done, borrow from each other, grow, do to each other, all of that. Otherwise, what's the point? So yeah, you got that. And this is just a really basic starting point. I would like for you all to add your pictures if possible. So you can add your picture there, whatnot. And, you know, just play around with this, make it as great as you can. I'm also just curious, this may not turn out anything, but let me see if I can get just some spectacular looking lib guide. And I like business stuff, so let me see, business lib guides. Let's see if Duke is all they're cracked up to be, because Duke loves to be. And this is actually, even though it's basic, it doesn't have a lot of design and all that mess, it's still a really good one. You see our guy here with his contact information. His landing page is used for getting started, and then he's going to switch it up. You want some literature and some data, here's where you go. You want the dictionaries and encyclopedias, here's where you go. Markets, boom, look at that right there. Management. If you want to get international with it, you ain't got to catch a flight. You just have to click the tab and so forth and so on. So I'm not necessarily expecting you all to be masters at LibGuides when you're done with this assignment, but you may want to Google around, look at some, see what you like, what you don't like, what works best for your topic, and so forth and so on. Get into it. This assignment should be kind of fun. At least that's my hope. I have fun creating LibGuides, so I'm hoping that you all will too. But you're probably going to want to look at some examples and just see what other people are doing and impress me. That's what I want you to do. Impress me. Knock it out the park. Try to do the best LibGuide in the class, whatever. But do something to impress me, and then we'll just we'll take it from there. Let's look at this assignment prompt really quick just to make sure all of our P's and Q's are so that we've dotted all of our I's and crossed all of our T's, or whatever. Yeah, so the second prong, make sure that you have done everything that you see here. You should have an encyclopedia, you should have a dictionary, you should have an index and or full text database. There should be 15 sources minimum. You need at least one print or electronic source of each of the following: directory, geographic, biographical, and government. If you're having trouble with that component due to your topic, let me know. We'll talk about it. Most of your sources should be authoritative. Watch this open web content, please. You all are librarians, so that's something that I am expecting of y'all anyway. You can read some of these other little prongs here. There is a video component, as you will see in this prompt. And you can use Screencast-O-Matic, which is what I use. You can use Jing. There is a free version of Screencast-O-Matic that will allow you to record, I think, up to 14 minutes and 59 seconds worth of video. So look into that. I pay for Screencast-O-Matic so that I can talk for, right now, 35 minutes and counting. But if you want to limit yourself to that 15-minute deal, hey, you can do that. So do that. And then, yeah, there's a rubric down there. Look at it. Follow it. I'll be looking at introduction, contents, formatting. I have a couple prongs. And then you'll have some things related to your video tutorial, okay? That should about wrap it up for now. Again, I know I talk slow. I hope you all have been using that trick of speeding the YouTube video up to 125 as opposed to just standard 1, which is normal. And that should about do it for me. If you have any questions, let me know. Hit me up. email address alstnj@missouri.edu if you wish to ask questions, gain clarity, complain, or whatever, but just make sure you do it in fairly good taste. The less insulted I feel, the less likely I am to take offense. But having said that, keep it real with me and let me know what's on your mind. I'm flexible, I'm reasonable, all of that stuff. So, we can discuss whatever you need to discuss. Have fun. Again, this assignment is due, I believe, on the 21st. And I have extended the other assignment to... Yes, this assignment is due on April the 21st, and I've extended the Wikipedia assignment to April the 7th. So that's it for me. That's my time. Enjoy your spring break. This video will be up for 2 weeks. Holla at your boy. Peace.